I mean, the tire tracks, they must have been zooming up here, which is what this neighborhood is known for.
New tonight, the state of New Mexico may be responsible for the 2 people in critical condition following a crash involving a stolen state-owned vehicle.
It happened Monday at San Pedro and Bell in southeast Albuquerque. Action 7 News reporter John Cardinelli is here with how the state could be responsible.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Shelley and Doug. According to a criminal complaint, the state's vehicle was left on and unattended. New Mexico's administrative code says that should never happen. On Tuesday afternoon,
They used the jaws of life on the car over there.
Emmanuel Keels is looking at the remnants of what he witnessed on Monday morning.
I looked at my bathroom window, and all I saw was just the smoke billowing up out the radiator that was here. And I mean, it was just billowing up.
A crash that Keels says is one of the worst the corner of San Pedro and Bell Ave Southeast has seen.
I mean, this is outrageous. To take down the tree, to take down the pole, it's pretty intense. It's just pretty intense.
According to a criminal complaint, John Bearden Jr., a homeless man, stole a state vehicle that was running and left unattended on Expo, New Mexico's property Monday morning.
But from what we understand, this vehicle was in the process of a stolen vehicle, and it was just racing away from wherever it was stolen from.
That stolen vehicle, driven by Bearden Jr., crashed into another car.
This is where they pulled, the car was laying on its side, and they pulled him out of the windshield,
leaving a 43-year-old man and 10-year-old child in critical condition. Bearden Jr. fled on foot but was eventually arrested. He has a lengthy criminal history and has been charged in the past with driving on the wrong side of the road and stealing another car. But KOAT legal expert John Day says Bearden Jr. may not be the only one in trouble.
And at the end of the day, it could be that the state of New Mexico is on the hook in a civil claim.
That's because under the state of New Mexico's administrative code, it says someone authorized to drive a state vehicle must turn off the ignition, close all windows, and lock the doors and trunk when left unattended.
If the people who are injured decide to sue, the state could be on the hook up to a cap of damages under the state's Tort Claims Act. But very definitely the state of New Mexico could be paying out tax dollars to the victims and their families.
Keels was surprised to learn the car involved in the crash he saw was state-owned.
Well, I can only imagine that with the state vehicle, it would be that much more intense of a situation where you don't leave it unlocked or unattended.
And we asked state police if the administrative code was violated. They told us in a statement they're investigating the matter and will provide us updates as more information becomes available. I'm John Cardinelli reporting, KOAT Action 7 News.